without further ado, let's show you guys around. Rango? As you can see, I'm in something quite exquisite and beautiful. So let me move my head. We've got a 2020 Rolls-Royce Phantom, the biggest, the baddest, the nicest Rolls-Royce in my opinion. And I'm actually filming this video from a quite comfortable spot. Outside temperature, according to the front, says about 101 degrees. In here, the dual or quad zone climate control says I'm living in luxury in about 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Not sure what that is in Celsius, but you guys can tell me in the comments. And we're gonna be doing a full body kit and some wheels on this car. It's gonna look very good. I promise you guys, you will not be disappointed. It will not look tacky. It'll be OEM plus. It'll look like it came from factory, much bigger wheels, lower the suspension, do the whole body kit. It's going to be a front bumper, side skirts, a little portion right on the Rolls-Royce badge on either side of the car, rear bumper, and the smallest little deck lid spoiler. We're also going to be doing a tune. We're also going to be doing the lowering module, as I mentioned to you, a two-stage, one with the Novatech module, and then the other with some aftermarket ghost links. So without further ado, let's go outside. I'll show you guys what the factory wheels look like, what the factory suspension looks like, and then we'll have some after everything is said and done, so you guys can see the difference between the factory and the WheelsBoutique aftermarket treatment. All right, so working our way to the outside of the car, I want to touch up a little bit on the factory wheels, the factory tires, and the factory suspension height. So what we have here is the Rolls-Royce OEM wheel. These are 22s. Now this car is extremely big. I mean, just looking down the line of it, this is probably the length of the Cullinan, if not longer. It's probably one of the longest cars that I've seen come into the shop. So since it's so big, the 22s, they look small. On 22s, we actually run this on cars like the rear of a 488, the rear of an 812 Superfast, the rear of an Aventador. So when it comes on a car like this, it looks kind of tiny on the car. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be moving up to a 24-inch Novatech wheel, and people are gonna say, well, that's gonna ruin the ride, and that's just simply not true. The air suspension on this car is so advanced that you could even put 26s on this car and it'll feel like you're riding on clouds. I'm not saying that we're gonna be doing 26s. As I mentioned, the Novatechs are 24, which we feel is the perfect proportion of the wheel to the bodywork. And again, you're not gonna feel a freaking bump in the road. And so we're also gonna be eliminating the fender gap that we see here. We're gonna have a Novatech module, and we're gonna have some new lowering links. Now, when you do that in combination with one another, the Novatech module is actually going to work out all the bumps, as I mentioned, and it's gonna have the car sitting about 40 millimeters lower from this height here, which is about 1.5 inches from here. So this is gonna maintain this ride height until the car gets over a certain mile per hour, and then it'll raise back up so that you're back in that comfortable driving mode. Once you put it back in park, it'll lower itself automatically. The lowering links are gonna allow it to be even lower than what the module would allow. So the lowering links give us the ability to tell the customer, hey, how low do you want it on its lowest setting? How low do you want it on your highest setting? And so basically all of the range of motion that you have is gonna be lowered so that you don't lose that range of motion. Working our way to the back of the car, we've got two elements from the Novatech body kit program. The first is this little discreet deck lid spoiler. I really like it. This is a Rolls-Royce, you gotta stay classy, so nothing too crazy. And then what I really like is this lower bumper portion. So it's a complete lower bumper portion. It comes from Novatech in Germany, prepped to paint. So you have to have the car present so you can match the paint, of course. And it's got these little outlets here, or inlets as you wanna call them. It's got the OEM factory tips, and it looks absolutely incredible, especially when you pair it with the side skirts that I've already showed you, as well as the lower front bumper that I've already showed you. So walking over here to the queue area, we have a couple of different wheel sets. Got a scattered anarchies all around me, but in the middle, we have the wheels that are gonna go on the Rolls-Royce Phantom. These are Novatec wheels. They're 24-inch sizing. I believe they're 24 by 10. And the tires that we're gonna be using today are the Toyos 285, 30, 24. So it's funny because once they're off the car, they look gigantic, but once they're on the car, again, it's a huge vehicle. It's gonna be perfectly proportioned on it. So I really like this style that Novatec is producing. You buy it together with the package. You've got the Novatec body kit, you've got the suspension, you've got the tune, and you've got the wheels as well. I have this little center cap. It's not popped in yet because I wanted to show you guys. So of course it's the Rolls-Royce floating cap. So if you try and do it upside down, it's always gonna be rolling the right way up. So I really like that little touch. Aluminum finished in the same finish as the rest of the wheel, which is a two-tone finish. You've got brushed with a gloss clear, and in the windows, the service area in between each spoke, you've got the polished finish. So this is gonna look really, really nice on the car. It's very classy, but it's not boring. So some people will say that the Phantom has, you know, a wheel design that leaves a lot to be desired. I'm one of those people in that camp, so I really, really like this style. I actually can't wait to see it in person because I have not seen this wheel on a car in person yet, only in photos, and that will give me a really, really good sign of kind of the concavity you have with it and just the overall proportions and what it adds to the design elements of the car. All right, so Franco just sent me a text. Hey, come down, let's do some filming so we can check out the Rolls Royce. And oh my goodness. Wow. Now this is how you do a Rolls Royce Phantom. Let's see it on the side of the sun. Wow. This to me is this to me is perfect. I'm gonna have to get Ben to try and buy one of these for the Gold Rush Rally that we're a sponsor of, by the way. Check out Gold Rush Rally. This looks absolutely incredible. So just to touch up again on what we've done, I'll start off at the front. We've got the whole new front bumper, lower portion. So from this line down is a brand new bumper that has to be color matched, and it's from Novatec, and it's the entire kit that we're gonna be moving all the way to the back as well. I really, really like how it's just aggressive enough to know that it's an aftermarket kit, but actually I don't even think that somebody would notice it unless you're a really, really big fan of cars and luxury cars like this. You wouldn't be able to notice it, and I think that that's just perfect for this car. Moving down to the side, I kind of like, this is probably my favorite part of the kit because it draws attention to the Rolls-Royce side badging, as if this car doesn't need more attention, but this is a nice little touch to it. It's got a little vent, as you can see. This is the telltale sign if it's a fake vent or not. You stick your finger in it. Hey, no dirty jokes, all right? No dirty jokes in the comments. Let's keep it PG. The side skirt, this is beautiful as well. It's funny because every new piece that I see, I want to say that it's my favorite. This has a complete brand new opening right here, all the way to the side of the car, which is pretty long. I mean, this car, I don't know what the dimensions are, but it's a couple of feet. If I lay myself down next to it, I'm only 5'10", it's gonna be way longer than me. And then, or again, the back side, which we already went over, I really like what they did with the rear bumper. I really like what they did with the deck lid spoiler. And then we also did a tune. So as you guys know, anything with a twin turbo or single turbo engine, if you tune it, it's gonna get massive power gains. So this car from factory comes with 563 horsepower. With the tune, we're bumping that by over 100. So I think the final output with the Novatec tune is 685 horsepower with over 1,000 foot-pounds of torque, which, if my calculations are correct, it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 740 foot-pounds of torque. So not only does it look luxurious, not only is it luxurious, but any car that wants to race this for whatever reason might find a nice little surprise, because this car freaking flies despite the fact that it weighs probably a couple, maybe 3.5 tons. So touching up on the wheels now, again, Novatec 24-inch wheels in a two-tone finish, brushed with polished windows and with the Rolls-Royce floating cap. So I see supercars every day. I'm not a big luxury car type of guy, but when I see this blows my mind. I think that this is an extremely cool spec. I love what Novatec has done with their body kit, with the tune, and even the lowering module. As I mentioned to you earlier, we wanted to get the ride just height. This is gonna be the lowest setting that this car has. This will go up after X amount of miles per hour, so that the ride stays true to what Rolls-Royce wanted, which is a luxurious ride, a plush ride, obviously, with the white interior. So let us know what you guys think. Again, we do so many exotic cars. A lot of them are supercars, but if you want to see more luxury vehicles like this, let us know in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps up this video. I hope you enjoyed the British Rolls-Royce Phantom. I'm gonna jump in it. I'm gonna go get some Grey Poupon. I'm gonna go eat some caviar, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Later.